celebration, right? So just a celebration and that's it. No, wait, a taunt? Ryoya's taunting in a celebration. Okay, I see it. Well, we're going to get right into this one. It is going to be game number 2. It is crazy. And it is Ritsu, so we will have a pause. And Ritsu, even GG Wells played in all chat. Where's the all chat? Dyer's going to all chat something. They're not? Yeah, because that was an official GG well played. That was an all chat. Dude, if I'm crit, I'm saying we'll take the win. I will force the admin's hand and take the W that they just... No, I'm just kidding. We'll see, though. It seems like it's not paused for Ritsu because he did all chat, which means he's here. So who is it? Is it Aoi? Is it Kezu? It's Kezu. Items, items, items. Interesting. Dude, I just started the meta of finding out who's the reason we're paused for. Grant, you're a genius. No, I really am. Ryoya is going to go middle. Level 25 Storm Spirit. Level 20 plus on the Pango. Who else is high level on their hero? Let's see. Silver. Nothing. Nothing. Or gold. Nothing. Nature's Prophet. Silver. Chen. Gold. Yep, that's it. Witch Doctor will be heading to the bottom lane with Troll. Is a pretty good lane. I think at level 3 you actually have kill potential with the level 2 Whirling Axes as well as the level 2 Maledict if he decides to go that build. We've seen some still go for the Voodoo Restoration. They go more for a 1-1-1 instead of a 1-0-2. That's up to him. I don't think you do versus the Chen because the Chen's always going to out-harass you, but maybe you just play a mini Chen yourself and just... get a clarity and permanently have the Voodoo Restoration on. We'll see. It might be something like that. Clockwork. Just zipping and zooping around. Doesn't look like there's any crazy lane changes this game like there was last game, though. As well as crit. There's going to run back, get this route. They do allow Aoi to get that one, but still, doesn't matter. It will be a 2-for-2 exchange. Yeah, that makes it pretty easy. Kid Wait. Did Kid did he only cog one creep? It's really easy to actually cogs all of them. And oh no, he messed up, so he's actually gonna let this one. Okay, Kid might need to watch a couple of my replays back from IXDL or something, because my man is crumbling with the cogs first. And now Ritsu, this should be a pretty favorable matchup. We are going to see it. Oh, he's going to go for the courier. He brings it into the trees and it survives. Nice micro there from Crit, but he's going to eat a lot of damage from both Control as well as the Witch Doctor. Because of the Earthshaker, the creep wave still is pushed very far back. We're going to see Kid traded with Meander. The problem is you don't trade very well anymore because you don't have Battery Assault. They go for the last hit. Arteezy does scoop it up middle lane. Does mean it's Brile Void Spirit versus the Storm Spirit of Ryoya. 6-0 versus 4-0 right now. Make it 6-1. He gets one of the denies. Will pull the creep back. Is this deniable? It is not. Yep, that wasn't. He couldn't last hit it or deny it. Well played. Ritsu should have a decent time here. Only 3-0 right now. He is getting a lot of creep aggro for some reason. His Crit continuously pulls his creep back. In comes the Hill Troll. And it's going to aim Ritsu. He doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to lose this range creep. Nice ranged Whirling Axes. Kezu going to continue to harass Kitrak. Does he get the pull off? Yeah, he does. Well done by Moonlander. It's going to be a stun, but he should be able to get these creeps. But no, he's actually trapped. He's going to break it down, and he will break out there. I don't know what's going on. Kidrak's actually fine just standing here. And all right, only one creep will get denied, but hey, one's more than zero is crazy with a little bit better laning phase start. As Crit, look at this. He's the one harassing. Ritsu's the one harassing him out instead of Aoi. I love it. Now he moves back, and he'll get this last hit. Oh, whoa! He doesn't have a Quelling Blade yet. Oh my. I also like that he went Fervor, so he can just right-click against Crit. He's going to throw the Whirling Axes. But that's going to be that. He does get disarmed. Ryle trading hits into Ryoya. He actually does eat a tower hit. Ryoya will pull the crease back, and he is a little bit down. This 4-minute rune's going to be a big one. We're going to see how many supports rotate. I think the Earthshaker will. I think the Clockwork will, as we see a very good Fissure block here. Arteezy is able to get around it, though, but he eats a lot of damage. Oh, deny it? Yep, well done by Kezu. He set that one up for him. Bottom lane, Aoi is just... What Aoi's doing? Oh, he's trying to maybe kill it and farm it before Fly takes it over, but they're going to just run at it now. He will just cast the Chain Lightning and it will get killed. Ooh, goes down. RP Scout won't get the last hit on it. His troll, he's having a decent time. 0-0, 3.5 minutes in. Nothing too crazy going on. Well, yeah, Grant, you just said it was 0-0. Obviously, we inferred. Well, I'm just proud that you actually know the word infer. Well, thank you. There's the pull. There's no way this is a kill, and it won't be. He just moves back. Arcane Room does get scooped up. It was both the fours rotating over. Kitrak won't be able to get a kill, but he will do a decent amount of damage. Kezu. Arteezy trading hits into each other. I love it. I love when a good aggressive lane on each other. Nature's Prophet versus Neck. Grant, are you serious? Oh my. Grant right now is currently looking down because there's no excuse. Grant, you can't be missing first bloods like that. You've got to pay attention. I guarantee we have 6 more games after this one. I will see every single first blood. Or I will gift 10 BTS. Why would you say that, Grant? That's just stupid. Well, it's said now. There's going to be a purge as well as a penitence, so they will have some damage thrown out. But Aoi's going to move over. There's going to be the Maldict. It is level 2, but the Coconut bounces to a creep and not back to the Chen himself. Middle Ryoya. He is level 5.5. Bounty runes are there. Moonmeander does save one of them for Brow. I like that. He is going to have Astral Step as he hits level 6. There's going to be a teleport back. And now Kezu. Uh-oh. He's getting body blocked. Do we have the cogs? We do. He's used them and he tries to. He's going to break through, but no. No Ghost Shroud. He gets brought down. Big kill there as Arteezy takes him. We move to the bottom lane. It's Troll's Courier. We'll pull it over. Wait, what? Ryle rotates top, sorry. With the bounty rune, he does get the kill on Kitrak. So Ryle, good rotation. He does give Ryoya a little bit of room to farm, which gets him his level 6, which is scary. As the bounty rune still sits here, we'll see if the storm zoats and zaps over to it. Kezu, he has boots and a wind blaze now. Not the most farmed, not the least farmed either. Ritsu is in third, Arteezy's in first, and Ryle is in second. Ryle's in first now, alright. Fly continues to jungle up. Does have the Hellbear, the Cloak Aura creep. Not the greatest, but not the worst, whatever. I think early game it's actually pretty bad. I guess it super nullifies Maldic. Maldic's already insanely weak early. Now it just becomes way weaker. Disarm flies onto the troll. Radiant Curry will go down to the Chen creeps behind him. You gotta watch out, because I feel, yeah, you can just get ran at here by any of these creeps. It's just the Purge creep, I guess, as well as the crappy Hellbear. Crit will secure himself that range through. Top lane, they're thinking about going in. Kitrak's actually gonna find Moonmeander, but Brow, guess what? He's hasted up. 8th Remnant goes down. He dodges it, but runs back into it. He is gonna dissimulate forward. It's gonna be a Sprout. Not really sure what the Sprout's supposed to accomplish, but Moonmeander does die to Kitrak, and now they look for Kezu. It will be Ryoya flying in. He wastes the overload attack, but he will zip forward again. They're now in the cogs. He's gonna try to pull him back in. Does he have it? He does. He pulls them in. One more right click should do it. It does. Brow might be taken down as well. Does he have enough mana? He has 5 stick charges. Is he going to pop him? No. Grant, that's only 3. Now it's 4. Kitrak goes down. Bryle will help get a kill as Moonmeander actually wasn't involved. The tower gets it. But all right, a little bit of a weird fight there as Arteezy sprouts ahead of himself. Maybe he thought he was going to astral step ahead of him, and then he tried to pre-sprout it, but instead he just blocks himself out. As we miss the kill, Owie goes down. I saw his health bar dropping up top. With that global teleport, Arteezy continues to farm. Bryle is the most. Meanwhile, Kezu is the least, 2100 in that offlane necro. He's having a tough time. Ritsu's going to eat a ton of grass here as well. Kittrack hiding over on the side, level 4, and I believe Ritsu pinged him out. They do because they have this ward here in lane. I like that. Shout out to Crazy. You see less and less lane wards. I mean, you just don't see more and more. That's the thing. If no one does it, no one's going to learn from it. I think lane wards are huge. We saw an early one right here, and it got dewarded, so they put another one. That's completely okay. Top lane, Kezu trying to cut the creeps. Arteezy will defend his tower, though the siege unit will get one more attack here. Arteezy misses the last hit. Wait, make it more. We're going to count how many extra hits. That's a second. That's a third. This is going to be a tower. This siege unit is going to survive because of that glyph. Ritsu's courier does go down. Wasn't his phase boots, was close. It's going to be the necro taking a lot of damage. I lied. Bottom lane, we're going in. Nope, they all just ate a ton of damage. It's actually Kittrack. Unable to run down Owie. Top tower will go down. Who's getting it? Siege unit or Ritsu? Siege unit or Ritsu? Who is it? Oh, it was close, but Ritsu with that last attack barely beats out the siege unit for the extra gold. Would have his phase boots now if his courier was alive. Unfortunately, it's not. Is a double stack of creeps. They'll scoop up and farm up. And bottom lane was pushed in by Dire. So 4-4. A 9-minute game. Less than 1,000 gold lead. 4-4. Not slow paced, not fast paced. Kind of mid paced. Well, yeah, what else would it be? I don't know. Iron Town. Found by the Chen. Who do you give the Iron Town to? Do you give it to Arteezy? Alright, just use it yourself. That works. Arteezy gonna farm up these ancients. Simple as that. A good influx of 20 gold. Owie gets kill top. There's gonna be a real zip for Moonman here. Doesn't have any stuns. And crit. He had his ulti, but it will cancel. The swashbuckle does full damage. He could think of going back in, but he won't. Gonna be a quick 1-for-1 trade there as Storm Spirit does get a killing spree. Alright, Fly is just using the Iron Talon. He is just farming up some ancients. In a lane, Meander. Look at these sentry wards just out of range of each other. He did go for the 1-1-3 build. Alright, we've been seeing more 2-1-2s. I like this, because by level 7, you're ready to just go and permanently stun someone. With 2-1-3, you can definitely F it up. Bryle, he's thinking. Fly will make it out. 8th remnant pulls him. It goes, oh, well, see you later, creeps. You lived an okay life. 60 gold going the way of Bryle. He's going to go for the dunk and the stun. The aftershock build is not enough. Bryle might think of jumping forward. Instead, no. Crit. He survives the 8th remnant. He is stuck here for now. He manages to make his way out. I have no clue how. Where is he going? He's going for the TP. Well played. If you thought he messed up, he didn't. He had to cast the ulti before the 8th remnant hit because the 8th remnant doesn't pull you in when you're rolling. And as long as he just made it out with he would have, because the Fisher would have ended before his ult, he's fine. We're going to see a jump forward. Bryle does get the pull in. We do get the stun. Coconut's going to go. It's going to fly over to the Ice Ogre as well as Kittrack, and they don't have the damage. They want to push this tower. They have the siege unit. Kezu ends up going down bottom. We're watching this mid tower push, and they're unable to get it. It is just Arteezy as well as Ryoya, the double core duo, punishing Kezu, who is currently below crit now on the net worth chart. Ritsu is continuing to farm, though, has his purse, not as good as it used to be. Dude, it used to be better HP regen, better mana, and it used to give an insane amount of just free damage, just random damage, and they are going to be pushing in middle. EG, I don't think they can take this tower, but they definitely can pressure it a tad. Owie's sitting behind, not level 6. He would like to scoop it up. Death Ward would provide a little bit of help. Moonlander, we saw him commit that ulti, unable to get the kill on crit. This is more like the crazy EG game. Game 1, there is definitely, in a game where it features Arteezy versus Ritsu, I thought there was way too many kills last game. This is a little bit more to be expected. I do think once Crit gets the Spirit Vessel, they might look to fight more. But at this point, they know they have the late game. Storm Nature's Prophet definitely beats the Troll. There's going to be a stun and oh my. All right. Well, there's your smoke gate. You absolutely shred fly, which means you will be able to scoop this outpost, but middle lane, Ritsu's gonna be the one. Oh, there it is. He's gonna zip for it. There's gonna be the jump. Will he bounce back and hit him? He does. He hasn't committed his ulti quite yet. There's the hook shot. He needs to swatch. Well, he does. He pushes him out of range. No, they get the kill. Kidtrack gonna get run at. Do we have an ulti from Kezu? We do. And yep, see you later, Kidtrack. Well, 40 seconds for you on the bench, my friend. They will take that trade. Necro ulti down, and it's a support for your most farmed core in Troll. That was a nice play. They were smoked up, and Crit ultis from smoke and just goes in. Outpost. Is he going to get it? No, he jumps forward. He goes on top of Owie. There's an Orchid, and there's a kill. Arteezy is online. Treads Blightstone Orchid. Have fun. He is going to be eating Owie alive the rest of the game. Middle still getting pushed in by Rioya. They want their top rune, but it is going to be bottom. Feels bad if you're crazy. Nothing coming up your way anymore. Still less than 1,000 gold lead. It is very, very close. I just worry, because I think at this pace, EG really does just have the better heroes. Like a Storm Spirit, he's going to have his level 2 ulti. He is just going to soar across the map. And yep, there's the Orchid again. It's the Void Sphere. He's just dead. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know what you do. They actually find Kezu. He's going to be unable to break out. 4-staffed over. Will it be enough? Crit's rolling up through. He cancels the stun. Bounces again. And see you later. Double kill for Rioya. And 1,000 gold lead just like that. Sometimes it feels good. Because I was like, Grant, you don't want to sound biased, but you do understand if it was swapped, Crazy would still be favored. Yeah, this draft and Arteezy getting such an early Orchid, the game just flipped upside down completely. Nature's Prophet can show up to any fight while he's still farming lanes. He's going to make the trees, get out of range so they can spawn, and then walk in and do them. Yeah, he'll get level 12 off this as well. We do see Kezu circling over here, and he's not wrong. Nature's Prophet is here. Now has that big boy level 2 ulti. They will get it. Clockwork. Slowly. Wait. He hook shots over. There's no way he survives here. It looks like there is a way, and he does. A nice hook shot over. And Arteezy actually TP's on top of the hill. So if they did chase, he would have been there, but he was out of vision. Well played. So they will push. They look for a kill. The scan goes out. I love it. Both teams are scanning right now. Neither of them will catch anyone. Kezu going to try to push out this spawn. He was forced to go 4-staff first. Again. Oh, Storm. He zips in. He does get the... Okay. He got the overload hit, but Kezu able to make it under the tower. He does just want to clear these creep waves out now. As Fly, with that Iron Talon, continues to just do some ancients. Arteezy, what's he flying out? I hope that's not his. It's not him. Ryle, try and get his level 12 as well. Needs those Astral Steps. He has the Yules, so you have the setup now, right? Astral Step into Yules into Aether Remnant. Pretty much a true combo, as the fighting game community would say. Nice armor. Best chain creeps you can have, especially against the Troll. That ice armor just destroys him. Battlefield picked up. Oh, they're going to go. Outpost will get scooped, but Kezu's life, it's going to be scooped up. I hear the possibility of some ultis, but no. It's going to be Moonmanor. He blinks away barely. Oh, Crit was super close to just barely getting with that swashbuckle. Now he's still chilling down here. He's hiding. Even has an empty item slot. You know what that sage is? Crit rotates top. Ryle's still sitting up here. He is up here. That vision. They should definitely get a Tinker Ward, I think. If Bryle's going to continue to play up here, you should just definitely have a Tinker Ward. And all right, the creep wave's got to be there. Let's see what they do. Bryle will finally show himself. Look at how quickly he clears it. Just boom. He dissimulates actually out of vision into them so that they have less time to react. Bottom lane, they're moving in. Moonmeander and Howie, they're going to be the first two in trouble, but Bryle's already TP'd. There's going to be a three-man Centaur stomp. They're all 5 heroes here. Moonmeander gets a blink forward. They might clear all the creeps and fly. It looks like they will. He has the ice armor, so it will take a little bit longer to bring him down unless Kezu wants to ulti. He definitely doesn't. He shouldn't have to. Bryle, a couple more right clicks, and there you go. They get fly. They get his creeps. Arteezy is able to make it out. Where he's going. I assume it's just BKB with the mid world. It could be a death zone, but I think BKB.
I think they're going to trade 2 for 1 here. Whichever Vitamoon first pick, if it's Ember, they take Caudal Phoenix. If it's Phoenix, they take Caudal Ember. I think they take Caudal Ember. Probably. We'll see. But
yeah, I mean, we've seen this combo. It's actually so dirty. The double slights.
Yeah.
So not
like,
a surprise.
From Insania's perspective here, if he sets up this 3, let's call it these 3 heroes, just a triangle. Like any 2 sides are good together. So there's nothing Flight of Moon can first pick where he's like, damn, I can't pick these together. Because Caudal Phoenix, they probably would have picked, to be honest, because Taiga loves Phoenix. And he can play Caudal himself. And if the Caudal was picked, they could go Ember Phoenix and feel good about that. It's just, it's very solid here. I like that from Liquid in this first phase. Always a big fan of when you set these trades up where there's 3 top tier picks and any 2 you get, you're happy. So nice.
Yep.
Mars.
Yep, very good. Taking the Mars away from Boxy this time around.
Yep.
Also a very high value
10
pick.
seconds remaining.
So we still have a lot of heroes in the pool, obviously, that were...
5 seconds remaining.
Pango was the first ban in the second phase, or the only ban in the second phase for Team Liquid, and Visage the other way around. So see if they change things up this time.
I think...
Has Visage not been picked first phase at all?
No.
It's been pretty strong every time I've seen it. Is it more like you can't first pick it because there's too many counters, or what's the reasoning?
I think so. I think there's some, it's very telling as well, right? If you pick that hero early, it says a lot about your strategy. Whereas, I mean, it's not like these picks don't say anything, but I feel like they have more flexibility than a Visage does. Visage is very slow, needs to group up to fight, doesn't really have the best split push threat, doesn't have the best catch threat. So you really want to build a strategy that uses Visage as like the centerpiece, and usually it will be picked 4th or 5th, almost always, actually. Now, what is very different about these drafts, though, is that Flight of Moon have a very big AoE combo. This is something Liquid will be very familiar with because they love playing this strategy, which probably also means they have good plans against it. Liquid have very low cooldowns, though. So if you're playing against Phoenix Mars and there's a big team fight and you don't get destroyed in it, or even if you lose it by a little bit, you effectively get a power play for the next 2 minutes when Supernova's on cooldown. Your Caudal Ember are just online, even without Ignis. The Caudal is super useful whenever he has a pairing that truly uses Chakra, and Ember is probably my #1 favorite hero to play Caudal with. There's a couple others that are also exceptionally good, but Ember just takes the cake. It's just so good. They're gonna grab Mirana, favorite of Boxy and Koikra, and they can leap to kill the egg. They can get into arena. Usually what you do with egg is you place it inside of the arena or outside, whichever is better. And then the projectiles can't travel through the wall. But since Mirana can both leap in and out, she can find the egg and kill it. So it's actually a very nice idea for Liquid.
Followed up by an Oracle. Now, I'm trying to remember. Somebody, probably both teams played this in the past, but one team in particular picked a Huskar not too long ago. Obviously, an amazing combo hero with Oracle, and it's not like it's it's not like Liquid would deny pick it, right? But do you think that you leave that for a last pick in this scenario, if that's what you wanted to go, or is it still relatively safe to get 4th when there's an Oracle on
if
your
you want
team.
Huskar for Flight of Moon, you pick it 4th because you have the next pick anyway, right? So, like, you're giving very little information away by picking Huskar in the 8th slot, since it's
That's
literally
true,
it's
yeah.
a 1 ban difference, right? That's the only extra
Mhm.
information that comes out is 1 more ban. So, if you were hesitant about picking Huskar into the 4 heroes you see, you're not going to pick it at all. But I'm with you. For now, it looks like a pretty good Huskar game. It's a possibility. They have both the Oracle and the Sunray. Keep Huskar alive, which is very strong. But Huskar just hasn't seemed very good for a couple months now. Like, teams are not running it very often, and when they do, it never really blows me away. It usually just gets kited and loses, or doesn't even crush its lane as hard as it's supposed to because of 1 rotation or whatever it is. Hasn't really impressed me much, but it's definitely something they could go for. I would agree. Don't know if Iceberg is
Well-
that good of a Huskar player though. Maybe he is.
Really? I feel like
Yeah,
that.
it just doesn't really come to mind. You know, it's like you hear a player's name and you just immediately make this like map in your mind of what heroes they're really
Mm.
good at. And Huskar, I would not place on Iceberg. There's like other heroes that he stands out on. It's like in like his say archetype playstyle or whatever. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays a good Huskar. It's just not something I would think of with this particular player.
Dire
Very much.
So
team
Team
pick.
Liquid. Ooh, Slardar pick.
Interesting.
All right.
Another great
So you got
friend for
some-
Caudle.
So what are the positions looking like for Team Liquid right now?
Probably.
Who is the 3?
I think you're flexing
Is it-
Mirana for now between 2 and 4, and Slardar's 3.
Okay.
10
They,
seconds remaining.
I want to say almost exclusively, like 9 out of 10 times, Boxy will be
5
playing this
seconds
Slardar.
remaining.
I think they like it as a solution to Mars. It's a really good lane matchup, so maybe they will do different lanes. And the reason he's such a good friend of Caudle is that Slardar sometimes runs into mana problems in fights, but on top of that, you obviously get double Slithering Crush, right? What's the cooldown of that spell on level 4? Let me check. Don't see much Slardar nowadays, so it's 8 seconds. And, you know, that means you crush, you get Chakra'd, you crush again. I don't think you can fully chain a BKB target, right? Because
Team
Chakra cuts
Liquid's
off
turn to
6,
ban Blue
and
Red.
Slithering Crush, or not a BKB target, but prevent a guy from BKBing. And Slithering Crush is a 1 second stun. So you can BKB in between the crushes, but if you don't have BKB, then the Slardar is very powerful.
All right. Well, Luna is going to be the pick. So we've seen this from both teams on occasion, of course.
Yeah.
Now,
10 seconds remaining.
I think more times than not, I feel like at least memory serves me, it's with
5
Avenge, but that
seconds
doesn't look like
remaining.
that's going to work out this game unless you have some crazy. I mean, Phoenix, in theory, no, there's no way. Mars is the offlane. I mean, I think this is almost set in stone, right? Oracle
play-
5,
You
Phoenix
play
4.
mid-venge. It's
How-
something
Dire
OG has done,
team
for
ban.
example. It's not out of the
How
question.
long ago? I mean, we've seen Venge at almost every position in the history of Dota, right? Throughout
Yeah.
the history. But how recent are we talking with that?
A week ago, but it's only
Oh.
OG though. Yeah, there's. I don't think I've seen another team play mid-venge. There might have been one other team or one game or whatever that I didn't watch, but for the most part, teams play Venge as support and sometimes offlane. S4 had
10
one against Flight of Moon the other
remaining.
day. They did not win that game, obviously. Flight of Moon went 2-0 twice.
Well,
5
but
seconds
honestly,
remaining.
as
Venge could
crazy as
definitely
it sounds, Liquid could technically take Venge themselves because they love it. And you have your core picked already, which you're saying is their flex in theory, just depending on what Flight of the Moon goes for.
Yes, correct.
So if it looks good, Venge could be your last pick for them as
Could
well.
be for both teams, absolutely. I do think what Flight of Moon needs in their lineup is a way of pushing towers, though. Like, you're set up so hard to keep this key hero alive that wants to group up and push. So I think heroes that come to mind for their strategy would be like Necrophos or Dragon Knight, or the Huskar you mentioned would be nice still. I know you're into Slardar. It's a bit dangerous, but you have 2 purges from the Oracle, and you're going to buy a BKB yourself. So it still is a possibility if they want to try to push this one down. Because if you don't, like, what does your lineup really have, right? Like, you don't have any great catch, low cooldown fighting lineup, whereas Liquid, they want to run at you and fight you. They have Caudle Ember, they have Slardar, Mirana, just tons of stuns, activity. The wave clear is good when you have Caudle almost by default, unless you really pick bad wave clears. Caudle Ember take care of that.
They recently ran a Luna Viper. Viper mid, obviously, in that case. That seems a bit weird. I don't know how that would work this game, but just throwing it out there. I mean, that's an interesting.
There's no incentive to pick Viper here. I think you don't know the
There's no
matchup.
passives that you're really
Yeah, exactly.
breaking.
Yeah, for sure. You're not
Well,
breaking
Bash
anything. You don't know
Syndrome.
the matchups. Yeah, break, Bash of the Deep. Sick.
Very important. All right. Well, like you said, Flight of the Moon gets the first crack at this, and Team Liquid can choose what position their Mirana essentially is what this ends up being.
There's actually a bit of trivia there, if you like your trivia with Slardar. His
10
spell names got changed,
seconds
I want to say 2 years ago in Dota 2, or maybe
Yeah.
a bit more. They used to be
5
called
seconds
the same
remaining.
forever. And they got
Yep.
changed because people were like, Slardar's spell names are boring. That was literally it. Nobody was really
I
in
miss
doubt.
them.
There's the Dragon
I
Knight,
miss
by the
them.
way. They were literally
DK?
called Sprint, Slithering Crush, Bash, and Amplify Damage. So
That was my favorite name in the entire game. I was actually so
I loved
depressed
Amplify Damage. I still call it
when Amplify Damage.
I think.
Yeah, I agree. Corrosive Haze just doesn't have the same ring to it, you know? All right, final pick is a TA, so even more minus armor. So they
Yep.
have a crazy Roche lineup now. Mirana will in all likelihood be the support, I would assume. I mean, we've seen, how long ago was a Slardar a 4 occasionally? Is that possible as well?
It's very unlikely. It's very long ago. I'm pretty sure it's
Okay.
Taiga Marana. Yeah, love the TA last pick. There's no bad matchups in lane. He's either going to face Dragon Knight, Mars, or Luna, and he can win against all three. So he'll get a lot of farm go jungle, synergize with Slardar with minus armor. Actually, some synergy with Coddle too. You have insane Roche potential with double meld. It goes so fast. Also, getting extra refraction is nice. This is the kind of lineup you want to play Coddle with. I just love playing Coddle in games where I feel like if I go to basically
10
any of my
seconds
teammates,
remaining.
I help them so much. But then when I play pubs and first pick
5
Coddle, we end up
seconds
with some
remaining.
random stuff that can't use chakra, and then I feel pretty sad because it's such a big part of the hero. But this is a great.
But he has
Coddle draft.
Ignis Fatus no matter
He
what,
does.
Cinder, and always good.
He does.
Always excellent.
That's what you got to hold on to.
Unlike this Dragon Knight set, which is hideous. That is just awful. My God. Was
Yeah,
that in one of the
I think it's
caches,
decent.
Cinderin? Was that voted in one of the caches? We need to look that one up. For sure.
Yeah, it's decent.
All right.
Why are
I
you
could
mad
be
at- why are you
wrong.
so mad
Maybe the
about it?
poly limit on Dragon Knight is super low because that just looks looks like
We
it's
have
from
different tastes in
Minecraft or
cosmetics
something.
quite a lot.
Yeah, you're a big Minecraft fan for sure. I mean,
Absolutely. Yes, I love
the
Minecraft.
Mirana
I play
mount.
it all the time.
Mirana mount is excellent, Cinderin. Has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the fact that it's
Yeah.
a Dota Cinema.
The Mirana was from our Captain's Draft
Mirana.
tournament.
That's right.
How many
Good
years ago? was
blast
that
from
now?
the past.
5 years ago. It was the last.
Was it only 5?
I think so. It was 2015. It was the last Dota 2 tournament where creators got to put in items connected with the
Anything.
tournament.
No.
So-
That's not true.
Is
That
it?
is not
Isn't it?
technically true.
It was
Captain's
not the
Draft
last one?
3 technically had some stuff. It was a
Oh,
chest and
okay.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
But it was the last
yeah,
one that
there
had a
was some chest.
compendium, I believe. If I'm not
And a
could be
directly
wrong.
attached set. You had a chest,
Actually,
right? Has
a
there ever
better
been
way
a tournament
to-
since that had just a single set connected with it? I don't know.
Not sure. I think we can easily say that was the last third-party tournament that has been profitable in Dota 2. So we'll just go with that.
But actually, the Mirana wasn't even the set, right? This was an extra thing. This was the mount, and it came. Did this one come with the compendium? It did, right?
Yes.
This came with the compendium, and we had a Lich item, and then the full Juggernaut set was the standalone set. So yeah, this was a compendium piece, actually. That is true.
That's right.
So
Good old days.
still holds up though.
Good old
Looks
days.
wonderful. What a great mount.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So whose lineup do you like overall?
I really like last game I said it was pretty even for me. I like Liquid more in this game. I think the lanes are going to work very nicely for them. I like the flow of the strategy they're running. To me, Flight of Moons, it's like the strategy, it's not really doing it justice to say it has one play, but I think you know what I mean when you look at the picks, right? Like, they need to group up around Dragon Knight and find team fights because their catch is limited, their cooldowns are very big. Eclipse, Dragon Form, Egg, and Arena, whereas the other team has Slardar Stun, Ember Chains, TA is online all the time, Mirana. There's not a single long cooldown on the Radiant except Coddle ulti. Like, everybody else is just ready to go all the time. And I love that in this patch when you can draft a lineup like that, where the lanes also work. And on top of that, they even have good matchups. It's not just okay. The lanes are actually going to be nice. I think Coddle Ember will be happy here against Mars Oracle. The TA will free farm mid against DK, most likely. Or free
Liquid
farm
gets
is a big
3 out of 4 bounties. So
Yep,
good
that'll
job
help
to
too.
Boxy getting a nice Slitherine Crush. Wait, was that always called... Was it just Crush? Or was it actually
No,
still
it was
Slitherine
called Slithering
Crush?
Crush. It was
Okay,
difficult.
so that
Slowly
hasn't
crush.
changed. Okay.
That
Well,
was
I
the
bet he
one
can't
spell
wait to
name.
get
Yeah.
his
It still has a
Oh,
good
the arrow connects thanks to the setup from Boxy. Decently durationed as well. V-Tune taking heavy damage. Boxy again with the crush. There's going to be a death one way or the other, but the question is who gets first blood? Okay, I
No,
was
there
wrong.
isn't.
Nobody died, Cinderin. Someone's going to die, I swear. At some
Eventually.
point this game.
Yes.
I mean, has there ever been a game of Dota where that hasn't happened?
There's been a
No.
game of Dota at pro level where a player didn't die or get an assist, and there's only one game I remember. It was in Dota 1. Merlini played a game of Medusa, and he ended the game 0-0-0, and I think it was 30 minutes long. It was with, I think it was...
Was he playing Lycan?
Medusa. It was Chaos Int
Oh,
or
Medusa, okay.
Nirvana Int. He farmed for 30 minutes, and then they won. He never got involved. I remember that. I don't think that's ever happened in Dota 2. But
Oh, bottom lane, Mikke is taking a ton of damage, and that's going to be your first blood. I was right. Somebody did die, but it's for Flight of Moon's favor this time.
did not think they were going to get a
After
kill
this time.
that early before they're even level 2. Mikke just overestimating how tanky he is. There was no spear involved. It was just flat out God's Rebuke plus Fortune's End. And that's a great start for General on the Mars.
How do you skill the Ember Spirit in this lane, knowing that Flame Guard can be dispelled immediately? Do you just hold on to your point? Do you just
440.
not even skill it? Okay.
And I think you go 4-4-0 just because, again, the synergy with Coddle, right? Whenever Ember gets these levels up in Slight Chain, you make Coddle so much stronger as a teammate. Flame Guard, it's nice to cut the cooldown on Flame Guard, but I would say in most cases in this lane, you don't skill that Flame Guard unless you have to. And it's kind of a no-brainer in this one, right? So,
Yeah.
oh, good harass again coming in.
Yeah, Illuminate comes in, clips Aloha Dance. Mikke, though, is in a bit of trouble. General has the spear, and it's going to be enough to take him out. So that is a second kill for Flight of Moon in this bot lane. And Sania is going to be chased down next to his tier 1. Ooh, not quite enough damage from General. Nice attempt on the God's Rebuke, but
Taking
Battle is
full-
sitting at 60 HP. Oh, the spear again.
He's taking
It's only
full
level
advantage of the Orb of Venom, by the way. This is a great item from Mars when you're playing against a melee hero in lane. Like I said, was not expecting them to get these kills. It's just really well done on Flight of Moon's part. Getting off to this head start. So very,
Top
very important for the
lane,
game.
bash into the arrow, but always want to fly. He's going to get leapt on. No range there, and the salve's going to keep him safe. As the courier has come as well. Nice attempt here. I mean, this is a very aggressive lane for Liquid, so... I mean, what do you think of this lane as a whole before we get to the other ones in the top?
The Slaughter Mirana is... Just the lane matchup here is fine for them, but I worry for them when Phoenix hits level 3, which happened just now. Like, Slardar doesn't like playing against Fire Spirits. It's the primary reason that Flight of Moon put the lanes this way is they wanted to just ruin Slardar's time. The hero needs to hit. And getting this massive attack slow, it's 80 attack on level 2. You just can't get bash procs reliably. You're going to see now Boxy has to yield. Like, he can't fight back. He's basically losing all his health here.
Yeah, he does have some wand charges, so stay safe now.
It's not good, though.
We'll have to salve after the fact.
I might have
Get
to eat my
aggressive
words
again.
a little bit. I thought the laning stage for Liquid would go better than it has. I thought this top lane would also do a bit better. But the Phoenix has definitely done a great job here, threatening Boxy so much. He's falling very far behind, actually, already in these lanes. They're going to try.
Another bash,
Good
or another
damage.
crush into arrow, but always want to fly will live. But damage has been done. What about the mid lane? I mean, TA against Dragonite sounds amazing for Quakefa. Is that not like a god tier matchup?
It's pretty even in the start,
Sounds
and
like
then
an
TA just wins because she can jungle faster, right? Oh, Boxy's dead. They're going to trade 1 for 1. But yeah, there's tons of TA lanes like this, where you're like, yeah, on paper it's fine, you know. The hero laning against TA can draw, but then this happens, right? And Dragon Knight can't match this speed. He can't go and just farm the side camp every time he pushes out the wave. He has mana problems, so he needs to get... First of all, you need lots of levels in Breathe Fire, and then the access to your camp is also... It's more inconvenient because he's dire. It's easier to do this on Radiant. Yeah, so Quakefa will absolutely pull ahead. And you need to deal with these damn annoying side blades all the time. I hate laning against this hero. It's one of my least favorite heroes ever to lane against. No matter what I play, really. Just laning against side blades is just so annoying.
Especially as a melee. Very, very difficult.
Yeah. You're
And the fact that it's pure damage just adds insult to injury. Bottom lane, Aloha Dance. Take some damage. Slight's not enough to finish him off, but both members of Flight of Moon are extremely low right now. Illuminate comes in. It will connect on General, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right, now we're starting to see the power of this lineup.
Absolutely.
This lane, I should say.
And you know, you're buying this raindrop on Mars. The question is just how long is it going to last? Like, there's some heroes. It's one of those damn it if you do, damn it if you don't situations where if you don't have this raindrop, you're very susceptible to dying. But if you do, the enemy team's just going to burn it off you, right? Every illuminate, every slight chains, you're going to start losing these raindrops really fast. Whereas sometimes you can buy raindrops against a lane where it's going to be crucial in key moments, but here it could just end up fading away, and then you spend 200 gold on that, which is very annoying. So, yeah. Another part of Coddle being as amazing as it is with this kind of hero, just a constant harass. We're going to rotate here.
Aloha
Aloha
going to
Dance.
find Aloha Dance mid, but yeah, Iceberg's already in his dragon form. Hasn't really done any damage to the tower as of yet.
It's hard for him to do against TA. It's just
yeah,
pushing
for
out
sure.
the wave.
I mean, the one good thing about being in dragon form is at least you have some form of an ability to take off his
Insania
refraction,
bot.
at least to a degree.
He's in trouble.
Slight chains, Insania. Gonna get rooted for now. Mickey is gonna force everybody off though. Insania, Illuminate is coming. There's a searing chains, it clips him. Aloha Dance goes down to the grave as well. General is able to spear away, but
Yeah. They're
Looks
losing
like
this
Liquid
bottom
is-
lane now.
that's after getting first blooded too.
They got 2 kills.
Top lane,
They
Cinder
actually-
and
Dire's
Boxy.
middle tower is under attack.
He's on the run.
Oh,
Fire
he's going to
Spirits
live
does
here
connect.
barely.
Tango, yeah, 40 HP.
Yeah, he's the sacrificial hero in this liquid draft right now. He's not having a good time, but all the other 4 heroes, I would argue, are having a great time. Taiga's level 5.5 on the 4 Mirana. Oh, still harassing Boxy here. Oh, he hit an arrow. He got always want to fly with the ward.
Damn,
Easy kill.
yeah, that was nice.
And yeah, imagine this bottom lane if they didn't get in this early pressure, where Flight of Moon did a great job. Without that early start, man, this would have been miserable for Mars. At least he's still hanging in there, but it's only going to get harder. He has to spend all this gold on Raindrop, and he has to spend gold on Salve, and it's just, yeah, it's a problem.
Oh, an arcane ring for Mickey.
Insult
Even
to
more
injury.
mana.
The only limiting
Perfect.
factor for Ember right now is honestly cooldown. Like, he could just spam out as much as he wants almost if he didn't have cooldowns.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now, he will be going for the phase boots on that Ember Spirit. Mid lane, it looks like we're going to see Aloha Dance get dropped by Koikva. Iceberg was not there in time. Does have the arcane rune, so look for him to get as much value out of this dragon form as possible. As he pops it right now. He has to be careful with the side blaze, of course. There's that damage over time. Spelling the refraction. Very useful. But
Still untouched on the
really
tower.
can't push these waves. I mean, yeah, the waves are just being pushed so much faster from Koikva. He even has time to go to the jungle to get some extra farm. He'll be back in the lane to prevent any damage coming from Iceberg. Does come in now. Will probably get
Radiant's
a
middle
couple
tower
right
is
clicks,
under
but
attack.
for a Dragon Knight, this is your second Elder Dragon form. You're not really getting amazing value, but it is on a lower cooldown thanks to the Arcane Rune. Now, what kind of kill potential do you have? Is arrow? Does he just have to hit an arrow for this to be a kill, or is it just too difficult?
Yeah, probably. Even with an arrow, it might not be a kill. And I don't think it's necessary. Like, there's other and better plays on the map. If Mirana wants to move off top, you can go and threaten bottom. Slight chains into arrows, super easy to land. You can even just run around and farm some jungle, some big creeps. As long as the lanes are as stable as this, it's not a big deal. Yeah, Boxy isn't too happy to, I guess, but his lane has been really hard, and he has the same as Mars. So it's not even, it's not even that bad. Tiger might end up going Luna hunting.
As if Mickey didn't have enough mana regen. He has a royal jelly now.
God.
So it's it's going to be never ending, it seems.
And that's really good on TA, by the way, the jelly.
They're going to go for the
Farming
outpost,
ancients.
but Flight of Moon, yeah, they see Insania, and they're just going to let that go. So it'll be a 1-for-1 for each respective side. And as for the bounties, Liquid might have the better of this if they go get these top two.
Radiant's
Yeah, Mirana will
middle tower is under
get. Yeah, they'll
attack.
get 3 out of 4 again, right? So It's just like the strategy of this game. Liquid are just getting so much more out of the map. They're already beginning to farm ancients with their TA. It was a double stack. Their Dire hasn't stacked it yet, even though they have Luna and potentially Dragon Knight on level 12 that can farm it with Dragon Form.
This is a big
Their lanes are
fight
going
here.
very well. There's no threat to their towers.
Arrow connects on Mars, but there's Iceberg revealing himself from the invisibility, but the reinforcements from Liquid are here. And there's the Ignis Fatus onto Mars inside his own arena. He's going to pin Insania to the walls. See who gets the kill first. Looks like Insania will go down, but it's going to be a trade, a 1-for-1, and one that Liquid will be more than happy with. Looks like Oracle is next on the list. And the chase continues as Mickey, looking for Always Wanna Fly, does have Egg, but not going to extend it.
Yeah, he wouldn't have got it off. The TA could have run up and just hit the Supernova together with Ember, and they would have managed to get it anyway. Even with a Fire Spirit on Mickey, he knows he's dead. So he saves the key cooldown there.
This is the third Elder Dragon form now, Cinderin. And the tower is at 1536 HP right now. And like you said, these stacks are available for the taking. On the Radiant side, I mean, these are insane. Koikva is going to go super ham right now. As I believe, yeah, he has Deso already coming to him. So
They
Blink
can
Dagger will
roach
be next.
so fast. He's level 4 meld and Corrosive Haze, with Coddle giving him mana for the meld.
That's a
The
lot of
chocolate.
amplified damage,
Radiant's
Cinder.
middle tower is under
Quite a
attack.
bit.
Oh my god, he's so rich. Wait, how many CS does he have? He has more than 10 CS per minute. 125.
125.
at
I mean, a lot of those are
1150.
neutrals, but still, yeah.
It's crazy. It's very, very high.
So what is Flight of Moon's strategy here? Like, do you just try to gank Koikva? I mean, as difficult as that may seem.
I feel like you need to make a team move and execute some sort of team fight, but the problem is Luna is going in the farming build, so they don't have Eclipse. Like, for your Phoenix and your Mars to feel like they have a place in the game, there needs to be a big scale fight. But Liquid just haven't really given them a big team fight at all. It's just becoming these like skirmishes where they poke and prod. Now Allaince might almost die here actually to Mickey. He's just gonna back off.
Oh,
Ends up dying
Taiga.
to Taiga with a
Destroyed, it
snipe.
looks like. Yeah.
Very nice.
That was unintended,
Long
I
range
think.
arrow.
But
Was it?
Maybe not.
Didn't he mean? I think that arrow was intended for him.
Okay. I mean, Phoenix
Think
could have
so.
tanked it for sure. But, probably didn't know that his teammate was so low. Either way, damage was done to this tier 1 tower. And I mean, if you're Liquid, pretty sure you don't even feel...
Dire's bottom tower
I
is
mean,
under attack.
this is actually a good question, as it looks like there might be a potential gank here on Boxy in the top lane. There's the blink being revealed for the Dragon Knight, Iceberg and company. Arena is used into the spear, and this will be a kill. No reinforcements here as of yet. But on Liquid side, are you just happy as long as they're not taking towers? You just keep farming,
Dire's
you keep
middle tower is under attack.
increasing your net worth lead.
Liquid has played this game a lot of times, and they have played the other lineups draft as well. So I think they have a very good understanding of where they stand in this game and what the next goal should be. Now Dragon Knight is going to try to push bottom, but guess what? There's a level 4 Illuminate Coddle sitting here, so they have to dive.
Yeah.
And that can end
They'll
really
attempt to.
poorly.
Oh boy. Double TP. Ignis Fatus has come down, but it's not very well placed. It'll keep Insania alive, though,
Dire's top
which
tower
I guess is
under attack.
definitely needed. Iceberg.
Sometimes you miss every
Forced to
spell,
run
but
away.
they defended the tower for now at least.
Yes, that is the important factor. Iceberg's dragon form is about to end,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
and they
But
might
this
still
is
get this
the
tower
team
anyway,
move,
though.
right? There's the team move.
Yeah.
And
structures
Liquid felt
are
forced to drop the
fortified.
Ignis. Unfortunately for Insania, it was not a very good one, so now they're going to yield and give this up. So finally, Flight of Moon get on the board here with a tower. But they have to bring 4 heroes, and I think it's the right move to make. I think you have to do something like this, and maybe had to do it earlier. It's kind of like he hit a brick wall mid with Dragon Knight for 5 minutes.
Radiant's bottom
This move could have
tower
maybe
is
happened
under
earlier. But now they at least get it done. Still a very big
It will be a trade of towers, though. I mean,
yeah.
he takes one on his own, so that's obviously not a favorable trade. at the
They're
end of the
going
day.
full minus armor. He's rushing Solar Crest. They just want to...
Oh,
Wait, what's their total? Okay, let's do a
Dire's middle
little bit of
tower is
math
under
here.
attack.
So
okay.
let's see. So Corrosive Haze, let's say they're maxed out. Corrosive Haze is 18 on level 3. Meld is 8, so that's 26. Then you have the Deso, that's 34.
Six.
Wait, did I say 26? So 32.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Solar Crest on top, which is another minus 8. So that's 40 minus armor they can do to either Roche or a
And-
hero.
If you get a Stygian and you hold on to this game till 60 minutes, that is 50. I think
Right.
that's their strategy. Don't win yet.
You
Do
could
it
get
in
an Orb of
style.
Corruption, of course.
That's
Orb of Destruction,
true,
sorry.
that's true.
Orb of Destruction could help.
Well, you can't hold both though, right? That is kind of the issue. But if you layer it with somebody else and attacking
Yeah.
the same target, then sure.
I am not expecting a 60-minute game here, but Orb of Destruction is definitely possible. So
Yes.
that would be
okay. That
even
is more reasonable. I will admit.
crazy stuff. That's I want to see the Roche this game. I really want all of them to do it together with the max minus armor they have. That would be sick.
Yeah,
It's crazy how fast it's gonna go.
I am in. Tier 1 tower looks to be what Liquid wants. Of course, it's not their entire team. Unlike Flight of Moon, which they have 4 members here right now trying to defend. I mean, this just feels very snowballing. It's 7K net worth lead, no, 6K now for Liquid. This is an extremely early stage. Here we go with the Roche, but this will probably be contested. Always Want to Fly does have the egg. It's only level 1 right now. Moonlight Shadow, Slight, doing some good damage. Arrow does connect onto Mars. Roche is not going... Oh, Ignis Fatus on the majority of Flight of Moon. A really good zoning ult. Egg is used in addition as Aegis is taken now, but the egg actually goes off. It connects on 2. Eclipse is more than enough to take out Ember Spirit. So Liquid looks like they're going to lose at minimum 2 heroes. Insania is going to be the second. Here comes the crush. The buybacks are here from Ember Spirit. Liquid need to win this fight, and Iceberg and company need to run away. Aloha Dance, very low on HP, uses a very early ultimate on Iceberg, who gets arrowed.
He's toast.
Does blink out. He's at half HP, though, and they have the chase. They have more than enough. It did cost them a buyback, but again, Aegis is their way, still intact.
And that wasn't even clean from Liquid, to be honest. They miscommunicated a little bit. Insania started hitting the egg, then he was like, okay, this is not happening. And Mick was like, no, I'm coming back in. And then they both got caught with the egg on 1 HP. If they committed to it together the whole time, they'd clean house here. Or if neither of them went for it, they also would have cleaned house. Because, like, the Supernova being used on top of that Ignis, job well done. You could have backed out. If the enemy team was stuck in place and you weren't. So, just... like, regardless, it's a different judgment call to make, but you're happy with the outcome regardless. If you're Liquid, you got the Aegis on TA.
Oh, Aloha Dance. Goodbye. Nice knowing you. And finally, this Tier 1 tower will go down to the right click of Koikfa.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And yeah, this ain't looking pretty for Flight of Moon. Unlike the previous game where we thought that they were actually in control, and then a few mistakes, which Liquid capitalized on, helped turn the tide. But this time it just feels like all Liquid.
Yeah. I love their strategy too. It's such a good lineup.
I mean, it's old school, right? Old school minus armor strat. Maybe not the exact same heroes every time. Usually there's a Venge involved in this, but still cool to see after all these years. Iceberg working towards his BKB. I mean, what do you go for if you're Flight of Moon? They have the initiation. They have double Blink Dagger, the DK and Mars. So you have initiation. Always Want to Fly. Obviously, the egg working with the arena.
Dire's top tower
Amazing
is under
synergy.
attack.
You can keep people alive with Aloha Dance, but where exactly is your damage? It's supposed to be Luna, but it's just too early for her to be really that online.
Dire's structures
I
are
feel like
fortified.
talking about the items is... I would rather just focus on the plays first. And if you feel like you can't make the plays without said items, then
Dire's top tower is under attack.
either you misplayed the game very badly or your draft is just too weak against this type of strategy. Like when you have this strong team fight and it's 15 minutes into the game, now it's 19, but you're struggling to even initiate and get anything done with your ults, you have a problem strategically. I think rather than waiting for items, now that they have this Manton, I think you go fight. Like the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get. You're going to get picked off. You're going to lose more map control. I know you're fighting against Aegis. There you go. There's
They're going to attempt this. Mars ult onto 2 with the Phoenix Egg. They're doing a good job of zoning with it. They find the Coddle, but that might be it for now. And he's going to buy back into the game, in fact. And here comes Dragon Knight getting destroyed with this minus armor. Holy Jesus. He just disappeared. That is not a Dragon Knight anymore. Luna, in the meantime, pops the Manta. Looks like she will get netted, and that brings her to her death as well. A triple kill for Koikfa.
Yeah.
I mean, if they have the buyback, I mean, they didn't even need it,
Dire's
honestly.
middle tower
The thing is,
under
this
attack.
they got crushed, but it was still... I'm not sure if that was the
Literally.
exact jump, but it was the right thing to do to look for something. It just... The coordination wasn't perfect because they jumped Coddle and Ember, but they didn't have any follow-up stun on the Ember to get him killed in the arena, so all they got was a Coddle and they used a lot of spells, and now you're in this position where you can get turned on. If they somehow found an opening on the Ember or another high-value hero than just the Coddle, this fight could have gone very well, and it was the kind of thing they needed to try. You can't just accept being dominated on the map like this all the time. You have to take a risk, and if that was a low chance play, so be it. You gotta play for something.
Yep.
And arrow on Dragon Knight again, iceberg.
Oh boy, a crush onto 2 heroes. Boxy and company just tearing through Flight of Moon.
Top tower is under attack.
And this tier 3
not
tower
pretty.
is a goner. I mean, Aegis is still intact. BKB is almost online again for Koikfa, and it is the 9-second version. Arrow. Oh, I thought he dodged it, but actually he did not. Manta did not help. Down goes your Luna, and down goes Flight of Moon in a mega stomp game 2. Actually really surprised that after that performance in game 1 that they come out like this. But Liquid just playing out of their minds right now.
I mean, it's what I was talking about after game 1, right? Like, you've won 4 games in a row in this tournament, you've looked pretty hot, and now you face your first loss. What are you going to do? Are you going to make draft adaptations? Are you going to keep playing the same kind of style? And they made a massive draft adaptation. They played 5 different heroes than in game 1. They played a totally different style. Like in game 1, they were way more fight hungry, they had stronger laning, more tempo, and this game they're kind of in a way maybe overcompensating on the big teamfight aspect and less on the tempo for their players' play styles, right? The players that this team have are very explosive and can play super fast. You have cores like General and Iceberg. You know, get them in there. If it's a good meta for fighting, I think a team like this should look to fight a lot. But yeah, Liquid just had their number completely after game 1. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes one close game turns into a complete stomp second game. We've seen it a lot of times. And Flight Moon just look a bit broken.
Yeah, in terms of the laning stage, as we're going to see Iceberg get ganked here. Amplify damage,
Oh my
Desolator.
Dire's bottom tower
He's
The
done.
arrow didn't
again.
even get there.
That was their challenge on Dota++. It's a secret
Oh, look how Mickey. Nice turn.
app created just for pro players. Kill him before the arrow connects. There's the Ignis Fatus. And again, the right click from Koikfa is just decimating everybody. Double kill for him. And GG is called. Wow.
Oh, snap.
Minus armor is good. So it seems.
That was
But
just
really
the
will
beatdown.
execute it from Liquid.
Yeah.
I feel like I was going to mention this sooner. I don't know what you would change necessarily, but it felt like, do you do something different with DK in the mid lane? Do you, like, what can you do? It feels like he's such a static hero. You know, he wants to play mid. He wants to push that tower. If you can't do that, it feels like you shouldn't have picked that hero. Right?
He's stuck in this game because the rest of their lineup doesn't want to rotate with him. Luna still wants to farm, so she can't join. And the support duo is Oracle